Sweet, welcome back. So in the last video, we talked about how to use the selector system in Hunchly to track critical pieces of information. Now we're going to talk about how we can use the note-taking system so that we can kind of create some investigative milestones, which is also useful when you're developing a final report, for example, or just to keep track of some important pieces of information that you collect along the way. So what the note system does when we're looking at a web page like this, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off our selector highlighting that we turned on previously, just so that we can make it a little nicer here. So we can just turn that off. We'll refresh the page. And now what we can do, for example, we've come across this web page. It's the Twitter user profile for our target, which is me. And what we want to do is just take a quick note and say, hey, this is Justin's Twitter profile. I want to come back and revisit this, or whatever the case may be. So how we actually take a note is we click on the Hunchly extension, and we can see this little note field here, and your cursor is already set here. So what we can do is say, this is Justin's Twitter account. And you can put other information in there if you want. It's no problem. It's editable later, and we can click Save Note. So it's going to tell you that the note was saved, and a couple of things have actually happened in the background. One of them is we've actually taken a small little screenshot of the viewable area of what you were looking at, so that you have a visual reference to what you were looking at. So you can see here, there's a little screenshot taken of just the viewable area of what you were looking at. So again, if you were looking at a particular post where maybe your target has said something really interesting or incriminating, you can capture that post in a little screenshot, add a little text content. The other thing that's happened is that Hunchly's actually triggered a capture of that page, so that you have a full content capture that you can view at any time, and you also have a timestamp of when this note was taken. So this is a really useful feature, especially when you've maybe done some investigating today or tomorrow maybe, and you go off on the weekend, you come back and you want to dive back into your investigation. You can come back to your notes page in your dashboard, review the notes you've taken throughout your case, remember some of the things that were important or some of the interesting stuff that you captured, and you can dive right back into your investigation. Or of course, when you're done, you can export these notes through the case export, which we're going to cover in a later video, but you can export your case to a Word document and pull those notes out and put them into your own report template, or send them to a colleague or a client. So very quickly, that was a very nice short introduction on how to use the note system in Hunchly, and it is a really powerful, really useful feature. Doesn't need much more of an explanation than what I've given you. We'll see you in the next video.